According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, fishing is one of the most popular recreational sports in the U.S., and the American Sports Fishing Association states that 33 million people aged 16 or older participate in fishing. A fishing rod can be made out of either fiberglass or carbon fiber and can be anywhere from 2 to 20 feet long. My fishing rod is right here. This is a carbon fiber fishing rod. It is about 7 feet 1. The fishing rod has grown exponentially from when it was first created in 2000 BC. Understanding the fishing rod will allow you to understand what makes the fishing rod so great. First, I will talk about the history of the fishing rod and the impact it has had on my community, and then I will discuss how it has been a part of my life. A fishing rod has been around since 2000 BC, and since then grown into the ginormous community that we now know today. The history of the fishing rod is that it originated in Egypt and China around 2000 BC. Initially, the fishing rod was just a stick and some fishing line after people had been catching fish with their bare hands for a long time and realized that that was not an effective way to catch fish in deeper parts of the water. Then they realized after they started catching these really big fish that they needed to add the fishing reel to their fishing rod because it was really hard to reel in these big fish without a fishing reel. Since then, the fishing rod has developed into what it is now today, which the fishing rod now comes in very many different lengths, and it can either be made out of fiberglass or carbon fiber. The fishing reels can be made out of multiple different types of metal and can be used for different types of uses. There are so many fishing reels out there that are used for saltwater and freshwater. There's so many to choose from. The fishing rod has had a huge impact on the community. The fishing rod has allowed employment opportunities for people to fish and provide food for people and families. Some communities even rely on money from fishermen. The fishing rod has played a big part in the community, not just as far as employment, but also as far as sports fishing. Sports fishing is where a group of people enter a tournament and try to catch the largest fish. Whoever catches the largest fish usually wins money. Sometimes they win a sponsorship. And many people go on to have a very successful career as being a professional fisherman and competing in these tournaments and making a lot of money. I just talked about the history and importance. Now I will tell you how I was introduced to fishing. I was first introduced to fishing by my father and now have an amazing hobby that allows me to have fun and cope with the stresses of life. I was first introduced to fishing by my father when we entered a fishing tournament for a Boy Scouts trip. The fishing tournament ended up making me realize that there was a lot more to fishing than just competing and trying to catch a big fish. For me, when we were fishing in that tournament, what I thoroughly enjoyed was fishing with my father, bonding with my father, and learning how to tie a fishing knot for the first time, as well as how to cast my fishing rod for the first time too. I enjoyed hanging out with my friends and my family and realized that is exactly what fishing is about. Fishing is about hanging out with friends and family. The fishing rod has impacted my life because it has taught me many valuable lessons such as patience, how to tie a knot, and how to provide food for your family. It has also affected my life in allowing me to cope with the stresses of life and have fun and get in touch with nature. After this, you now have a better understanding as to why the fishing community is so great. First, I talked about the fishing rod and its history, then explained the impact the fishing community has had on my life. As you can see, the fishing rod is much more than just a tool used to catch fish and provide food for your family. It's also a way to bond with your family and hang out and have fun with your friends, as well as catch really big fish. Thank you.